A VM clone. It's a copy of a virtual machine. The existing virtual machine is known as the parent, while the new VM is called the clone. So after the cloning operation, the clone VM runs as a separate virtual machine. Now, why in the world would you need to clone a virtual machine? Well, cloning is just a fast and simple way to create a new virtual machine that shares the properties with an existing one. The process of installing a guest operating system and programs from scratch can take a great deal of time. But when you use cloning, you can perform installation and configuring once, and then use the clone as a basis for many future virtual machines. VM cloning is most useful for deploying multiple identical virtual machines to a group of users. For example, a sysadmin can clone a virtual machine for each employee in a particular department. Since the employees use the same applications, their setup should be the same. Similarly, a teacher may wish to clone a virtual machine for each student, with lesson materials and programs pre-installed. VM cloning is also very helpful for software testing. Testers can clone a development environment and use it as a baseline for comparison while testing. Now, basically, there's a couple of different types of VM clones: full clones and linked clones. Now, full clone is a completely separate copy of a VM that shares no system resources with the parent once it's up and running. A linked clone, on the other hand, continues to share virtual disks with the parent even after it's created. Now, since it does run independently, a full clone generally has faster performance than a linked one. However, a full clone can take longer to create, with delay times of up to a few minutes when file sizes are extra large. Linked clones are going to be faster to create, have the advantages of saving disk space by allowing multiple VMs to run off a single server installation. So VMware allows users to create either a clone or a snapshot of a virtual machine. A snapshot preserves the current state of a virtual machine, copying the VM's disk file. It's used for backup purposes. If you need to save the configuration of a virtual machine so that you can revert back to it later if something goes awry, just create a snapshot. A clone, by contrast, is an entirely separate copy of the VM. If you need to make a new VM that will run independently, well, cloning is going to be the only way to go. So whether you can clone a virtual machine while it's running, well, this is going to depend on the version of your software. VMware Virtual Center 2.5, Update 2, and later, these are going to be the versions that allow you to perform a live cloning operation, copying a virtual machine as it runs. However, in earlier versions, you're going to need to power off the virtual machine before trying to clone it. The cloning process in VMware is a process in which you create an exact copy of your original machine, or VM. A VMware clone has the same hardware, software, and other configurations as the original VM. See, cloning is really useful when deploying several virtual machines with the same resource allocation and configurations. The cloning process saves you a lot of time in situations that require new, similar machines fast. It's the speed and the simplicity of the VMware cloning VM process that are going to be its biggest advantages. The process of new VM creation, well, this could take quite a long time, sometimes because of the OS installation. But with cloning, you can quickly deploy multiple virtual machines with the same setup. See, cloning is handy when you've just started a new quality assurance or QA team, and they all need to run tests in the same environment. That way, they can all get their environment in just a few clicks. Now, the only real drawback is that eventually you may run out of resources. Yeah, it's easy to create new clones, and you may just run out of resources faster than you realize. When creating many VM clones, you will overload your RAM and CPU at some point. It happens because you're going to have many virtual CPUs and virtual memory allocated to your virtual machines, not to mention storage space. So just keep that in mind, how many resources you have at your disposal when you're cloning your virtual machines. All right, so here we go. If you're ready. The first step is to log in to your vSphere client. Then enter the IP address of the host that has your vSphere installation. Login page will load, enter your credentials, and click Login. Then once you're logged in, navigate to your virtual machines. Choose a VM you wish to clone, right-click on it with your mouse. A menu will appear, and you can hover your mouse pointer over the clone option. Then finally click Clone to Virtual Machine. Then once you go through the process, in step 2, a new window will appear, and you're going to need to name your VM clone and choose a location for it. Type in the name and select the location of your preference. Once done, click on the Next button in the lower right corner. Select the destination compute resource for our VMware cloning VM operation and the host for the clone. Once completed, click the Next button. Now we're going to select the storage for our VMware clone machine. Choose the disk on which you want to keep the configuration files for this VM, and click Next when you're ready. So you're now going to have a couple of options from which to choose. However, it is worth noting that if you want the exact copy of the original VM, you only need to select Power On Virtual Machines after creation. That's going to boot up your freshly cloned VM. So you can click Next when ready. Do want you to make a note that if you select the first two options, you will be able to customize the OS and hardware, no longer cloning the VM, but making a new one. Yeah? Okay. You can see here an overview of all the previously selected options. Once you review them just another time, and if everything's correct, you can then go ahead and click the Finish button. It's easy to change something if you need to. You can click the Back button to get back to one of the previous steps and make any necessary changes. So congratulations. You've now successfully completed the VMware cloning VM process. Well done. So we're going to wrap that up. And now you know all about virtual machine cloning. See you next time.